SMT Nation, we back. Nation, this article was just released from Fierce about AT&T and C-band. I think it's really important that we discuss it because there's a couple of pieces here I want to focus on. First of all, AT&T is not punting in wireless. They absolutely are putting up some really nice upgrades across the country that are making a difference and really providing a solid experience for their customers. We'll talk about those upgrades and what they mean for you all out there. And I think additionally, we got to start talking about the phones that you'll need to have in order to take advantage of AT&T's network in its purest form. Okay, so the link for the article that we're using for today's video will be in the description. Also in the description, the Real SMT Buy Me Coffee link. If you want to support your creators directly, you can buy us a coffee. Link is there. There's other ways to support us too. All the links in the description, including the Mint Mobile partner link. If you guys want to support the channel and save some money, here's how you could do it. You guys know the green fox? It means savings. All right, you can use the money that you save on your wireless service on anything else. All right, you can invest in stocks. You can buy Q-tips. You can buy a sandwich from a sub place. I don't know, whatever. You do something else with the money. All right, so take advantage of the deals. mintmobile.com/Sneed gets you those savings. They'll ship you a SIM card really quick. Activating eSIM is super easy and convenient. Great ways to save money, folks. mintmobile.com/Sneed. Okay, so the article says it all. AT&T's 5G network is about to get a huge boost across the country. It already has in a lot of places, and it's happening sooner than we all expected. Okay, so early clearing of C-band happening here in the month of August has shown some great capacity improvements, and it's led to improved experiences for customers, especially in places that were previously very congested, and they were showing a lot of network strain across the country in many markets. So AT&T is speeding up its network. They have confirmed to a lot of different media outlets that they now have access to their full 3 gigahertz portfolio. And what I mean by that is AT&T has N77 in two parts. They have the C-band portion, which is the 3700 frequency, and they have the DoD portion, which is a 3450 frequency. Collectively, it's all N77. So it's two parts to the band for AT&T. And what they do is they aggregate the combined bandwidth between those channels for the full capacity, access, and throughput. Now, the thing that's kind of a tough situation for them is they've done a nice job of getting their full C-band, the 3700 frequency. So now you're going to see 80 megahertz of C-band in all but one market, which is Dallas. You'll see 100 megahertz there. And, they've got 40 megahertz of the DoD, the 3450 frequency, across the rest of the country as well. But the thing is not all phones support the DoD, which means that there are some phones out there, most of the phones that are on the AT&T network, that only connect to the C-band. So that brings me to the point here. We've got 46 major markets. Markets like LA, New York, Frisco, Seattle, Miami, Dallas, Boston, Austin, these big markets where AT&T's got the 80 to 100 megahertz of C-band, right? And those customers can take advantage of that with their iPhones. Usually it's the case, right? AT&T is the iPhone network, but they can't aggregate the additional DoD. So they're leaving capacity out there. Now, some phones like the Samsung Galaxy S23 and the Fold generations, these newer phones, they can combine and aggregate both parts of the band. But the older, especially the iPhones, right, they can't do that aggregation or that combining of the channel. So basically, the new iPhone is going to be the one to do it, right? So the iPhone 15 generation that comes out will basically be the first large-scale phone on the AT&T network that'll be able to do this. Not many people on the AT&T network have a Galaxy device, model year Galaxy. So that being said, that's what it's going to take in order for us to really see an opportunity for AT&T to truly shine across the nation, right? They're going to have to get an iPhone that can take advantage of all of the types of spectrum within the band. Okay, so 5G Plus from AT&T is showing great potential, right? They've got, access to high capacity fiber circuits. Now they just need the phones to do it. All right, now, like I said, it's less than ideal, but AT&T has 175 million pops of C-band and DoD today. That number is going to probably increase over the course of the next 2 years to probably get closer to like 260, 270 million pops. And during that time, you'll connect to the band much more frequently, and it'll be more available, and there'll be more depth to it. And of course, the newer phones will take advantage of it. So your next iPhone, if you're in an iPhone 11, I think it's an easy upgrade to an iPhone 15 for the sake of all the connections to these bandwidths. Move from an LTE-only phone to a 5G phone. If you're in an iPhone 12, I think it makes sense to upgrade to a 15 as well, because you can only connect to probably the 80 megahertz of the C-band. You're missing the 40 megahertz of DoD. Same thing goes for an iPhone 13. Now, if you're in an iPhone 14, the phone's still pretty new. You're probably still financing it. AT&T does 3-year deals in terms of installments. So if you're in a 13 or a 14, maybe even argue a 12, you're like, man, I still got to pay off this phone. You know, you might not be willing to upgrade. All right, now if you're in an early upgrade program, you just upgrade, right? It's cool and it's nice. You know, you might want to do it. But that's how you've got to handle, you know, the access to the full AT&T network for 5G plus and C-band. So that's kind of the conundrum. That's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. But, you know, if you get a Galaxy or a newer Pixel, they'll take advantage of it too. You know, once we get the Pixel 8 and, you know, any Galaxies moving forward, they've already been able to aggregate the band, you know, and stuff like that. So just kind of like a PSA, let you guys know what's going on and how you can get the best experience out of the AT&T network. And we've kind of known that about AT&T, right? They always add these little pieces and segments of the network with new spectrum. You basically got to update your phone every 2 years. New aggregation combos, new bands, and stuff like that. What are you guys going to do? Tell me if you're an AT&T customer. You going to upgrade your phone? What are you upgrading from? If you're not an AT&T customer and you're on Verizon, you know, this might be less of an issue. You probably still need a newer iPhone, though, to take advantage of the 140, you know, 160 megahertz of bandwidth, unless I think maybe the 14 does it, being on iOS beta. And then everybody will get that upgrade of software here in the next month or so. So anyways, tell me what you guys are thinking here. Hashtag 5G, hashtag AT&T, hashtag C-band. Hit me with your comments. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.